Qantas is urgently paging passenger Mr. Jeffrey Sampson. Your flight is in the final stages of boarding and is ready for departure.
So I'm back at Brisbane Airport, my favourite place in the world. Today I'm going to Singapore and then on to Phuket on Singapore Airlines and Silk Air. So let's go check in and get going. See you later. So check-in was so easy. It was really quick. I was served actually at a business class counter that was free and invited to go up there to check in, and the service was absolutely fantastic. A lovely welcome at 6:20 a.m. in the morning, realizing now that I'm probably here a little bit too early, but it's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to international flights. So let's go on down through to security and immigration and get some breakfast and a coffee. Definitely need one of those at the moment. With no lounge access on this flight, it was time for me to sit back on these wooden sun chairs that Brisbane Airport provides in the international terminal and enjoy my morning. With about 2.5 hours before my flight actually departed, I had a lot of time to watch the world go by, and watching the world go by at an airport, of course, means observing all of the lovely movements that occur, particularly on a busy Saturday morning at Brisbane International. There was also a rare sighting, a Qantas 747, which you don't see anymore regularly at Brisbane. I believe a one-off flight from Brisbane to Sydney for a Saturday, which is nice. I even beat the inbound operating aircraft to get it taxiing from the runway and to the gate. Singapore Airlines A350-900. This model only a couple of months old. Very new indeed, freshly delivered from Airbus in France. Singapore Airlines has 6 boarding groups, and with my seat being in boarding group 5, I was the second economy group to board. Of course, business and those with passengers with status are able to board at their leisure.
Hi, how are you
Morning. Well, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you for asking. You have GripTight.
Thank you. Let's go to Singapore and Phuket.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Right, 54 right on this way.
Thank you. After a reasonably warm welcome on board the aircraft, I quickly found my seat and settled in for the approximately 8-hour journey ahead from Brisbane to Singapore Changi Airport. So let's check out the seat itself. Each passenger in economy is offered a small plush pillow, as well as a freshly laundered blanket, which comes in a plastic wrap to ensure cleanliness and freshness. As you can see, the legroom is reasonably tight for me. You've seen me fly in many different aircraft now, and this is quite tight indeed. In the seat back pocket, there are a few different shaped and sized pockets for your devices or passport wallets or whatever it may be, as well as the in-flight reading material. And once you start to pile in a few things in here and you have long legs such as I do, the space is not a lot, I must say that. The tray table folds down, as you can see, and it has this space-saving design, as well as a nice little mirror to check yourself out during the flight and make sure that you're in a presentable state. There's a small little storage pocket beneath the screen, alongside a retractable cup holder for your in-flight beverages. And underneath the screen itself is where you'll find the headphone jack, as well as a USB port to charge your devices mid-flight. The screen itself was reasonably bright, could have been improved, but has the latest operating system of the Chris World entertainment system. I love taxiing past and seeing a nice and full international terminal at Brisbane. Love seeing the different colours and tails of all the different airlines and aircraft. The Singapore Airlines safety demonstration video seems to go forever. It's really slow and I got bored actually. But after a delay in waiting for takeoff, we were on our way, departing slightly late, about 15 minutes late, from Brisbane on our way to Singapore Changi. So sit back and listen to the engines purr up as we take off. Shortly after takeoff, the cabin crew distributed this small amenities kit to all economy class passengers as the first order of business. And as you can see in here, there are some one-size-fits-all socks, as well as a travel toothbrush and toothpaste to freshen up, I suppose, towards the end of your flight and keep those toes and feet warm as well. A little later and separately, the in-flight menus were distributed as well, and as you can see, it's a nice, bright, colourful front cover with the drink selection as well as the meal choices and service available on board this flight from Brisbane to Singapore. I'll allow you to pause and view the items as you wish. But before lunch, it was time to check out the in-flight entertainment. And being a brand new aircraft and a new iteration of the Chris World entertainment system, I decided to have a look at the selection on offer. As you can see here, there's a little bit of a home page with the featured media content, as well as links to the other features of the system itself. You'll also find a convenient button to the in-flight map, which has lots of gesture controls and customizability to satisfy your desires with regards to pinpointing the exact location of where we are on this flight and seeing cool views and the geography of the flight path. So my first choice for the meal service was the chicken noodles, which, as you can see, came in a foiled dish along with some fruit, a bread roll, some condiments, as well as a water. I opted for a 7-Up as my first beverage because the Singapore Sling that I had ordered was not available from the cart and had to be collected from the galley itself. It eventually came, but I had well and truly finished my lunch at that point and was just about to move on to dessert, which was this Maggie beer ice cream, which tends to feature quite often on many airlines out of Brisbane International. Having a quick look in the lavatory, you'll see it's pretty stock standard. There are a few amenities provided, including some larger combs and some creams and lotions and scent as well, if you so desire to smell like Singapore Airlines. Nothing fancy. And then at this point, there was nothing left to do but to just sit back and enjoy the movies and entertainment on board the aircraft on this reasonably tight configuration on board the A350-900 in economy. About 90 minutes or so after lunch had been cleared, a small snack was distributed and the opportunity to order more drinks was also available. I decided to watch James Bond's Skyfall, a classic in my eyes, towards the end of the flight. The final service for this flight came about 90 minutes before arrival into Singapore and included of an afternoon snack of a chicken pied and a small drink if you so desired, including tea or coffee or soft drink. And that was it. Before I knew it, we were descending across the Singapore Strait and down into Changi Airport. So just landed in Singapore. Some final reflections on this A350-900 economy flight. Overall, a little bit underwhelming, actually. The seat was really quite cramped. The legroom was pretty bad. The food was like fine, but nothing special. And maybe I'm just a little bit spoilt having flown long haul business class and premium economy in the last 6 weeks, but definitely a little underwhelming, especially for Singapore Airlines, which has such a really good reputation. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please come again and don't forget to like and subscribe.